The mainstream media's relentless coverage of global warming has led many to question the true intentions behind the constant barrage of alarming headlines and dramatic predictions. While some may argue that the media is simply fulfilling its duty to inform the public about a critical issue, others believe that there is a more sinister motive at play. It is possible that the mainstream media, along with other powerful interests, is using global warming as a tool to control the population and shape public opinion. One of the primary ways in which the media exerts control is through the creation of fear. By constantly bombarding the public with dire warnings about the impending consequences of global warming, the media creates a sense of urgency and panic. This fear can be used to manipulate people into accepting certain policies or ideologies that they might not otherwise support. For example, the media's constant emphasis on the need for radical reductions in carbon emissions can be used to justify drastic measures such as carbon taxes, strict regulations on industry, and even the restriction of personal freedoms. Another way in which the media controls the narrative is through the suppression of dissenting voices. Anyone who dares to question the consensus on global warming is quickly labelled as a denier or skeptic, and their views are dismissed as irrelevant or unscientific. This creates a chilling effect, where people are reluctant to speak out against the prevailing narrative for fear of being ridiculed or ostracized. By controlling the flow of information and suppressing alternative perspectives, the media is able to shape public opinion and dictate the terms of the debate. The media's control over the global warming narrative is also closely tied to the interests of powerful corporations and governments. Many of the companies that are most vocal about the need for action on global warming are also the ones that stand to profit the most from the transition to a low-carbon economy. For example, companies that specialize in renewable energy, such as wind and solar power, have a vested interest in promoting the idea that fossil fuels are the primary cause of global warming. Similarly, governments that are pushing for radical action on climate change are often the same ones that are seeking to expand their regulatory powers and increase their control over the economy. Furthermore, the media's coverage of global warming is often characterized by a lack of nuance and balance. While the media is quick to amplify the voices of alarmist scientists and activists, it is much quieter when it comes to covering the views of scientists who are more skeptical about the severity of the problem. This imbalance creates a distorted view of the issue, where the public is only exposed to one side of the debate. As a result, many people are left with the impression that the science is settled and that there is no room for debate or discussion. In addition, the media's focus on global warming has also been used to distract from other pressing issues that may be more relevant to people's everyday lives. By creating a sense of crisis and urgency around climate change, the media is able to divert attention away from other problems such as economic inequality, poverty, and social injustice. This can be seen as a form of social control, where the media is used to manipulate public opinion and distract from the real issues that need to be addressed. In conclusion, the mainstream media's coverage of global warming is not just about informing the public about a critical issue, but also about controlling the narrative and shaping public opinion. By creating fear, suppressing dissent, and promoting the interests of powerful corporations and governments, the media is able to exert significant control over the population. It is essential to be aware of these dynamics and to approach the issue of global warming with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing that the media's narrative is often driven by motivations that have little to do with the truth. By doing so, we can begin to see through the propaganda and make more informed decisions about the issues that really matter.